Hey guys, Ultra Maximus here. Make sure to click all the things. Subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. And follow me on all the social medias. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below. Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another Transformers video, and today I wanted to talk about some very interesting things I'd come across on Cybertron.com and a blogger on Instagram named Nathan from Robotic Planet Toys. And Nathan had come across some early 1995 concept art and documentation from Hasbro to McDonald's on a cross-brand venture for Transformers Beast Wars, and you kind of get an early idea of what they were thinking about doing for Beast Wars before it actually debuted in 1996. And I thought this was really fascinating and wanted to kind of look at them, talk about them, reflect on those things. And I will leave links down in the description below, both to the original Cybertron.com article and to Nathan's Robotic Planet Toys Instagram. Definitely go check them out. Follow Robotic Planet Toys. Looks like a great Instagram channel, and let's go ahead and jump in there. So looking at the document here, this was obviously for The Littlest Pet Shop and Transformers. It was a black and white concept presentation dated March 7 of 1995. Now, we're not going to look at The Littlest Pet Shop stuff, just the Transformers, but yeah, very cool that we get to see this. So again, thanks to Robotic Planet Toys. This is very awesome. Now, looking at this, it's obviously geared towards the Happy Meal opportunity, and it says Hasbro and Kenner will be partnering for a McDonald's sponsored partnership in, looks like 1996, the year that Beast Wars actually came out. It talks about The Littlest Pet Shop as well, but it's also gearing towards Transformers that are a classic among boys. The 1995 retail line revealed a lot of exciting new designs in both vehicles and character forms. And with the support of the new Transformers TV show, the Transformers Happy Meal should be even more popular. So they're already kind of gearing up towards, hey, we got a new show coming. This is what we want to do. The target looks like kids ages 4 to 7. And then as far as the Transformers toys, no restriction on design of toys in untransformed state. Toys can be figures, vehicles, animals, insects, or McDonald's food and packaging. If possible, transformed toys should leverage the 1995 retail line, which is very interesting because we've had a lot of McDonald's Transformer toys over the years, and those are proven a lot of fun. But as we know, today they went with Beast Wars. So looking at this, was set for the U.S. and Canada, and 6,250,000 pieces per design. Interesting. Set for April 1996, so just as Beast Wars was launching. And it's a promotional for the Happy Meals. And the support was going to be with the bag. Hasbro wanted to be involved in the cross-promotion. Promotional details and material will be incorporated on the packaging. No polybag, coupons, or inserts. So basically, we're going to help with the promotion of our product on the Happy Meal boxes and the bags the toys come in. So here's the kind of write-up on the idea of the new Transformers set. It says the new Transformers line focuses on the ongoing battle between the evil Megatron and the good Optimus Prime. The evil Megatron has created new Predacons by genetically engineering Earth's indigenous animal life forms with his powerful robot army. After losing a number of battles, Optimus Prime develops his own animal cyber chip and creates cyber beasts. Very interesting. So the Predacons are the evil Transformers and usually feature insects and reptiles. The cyber beasts are the good Transformers and usually feature mammals. Only Transformers allow kids the ability to experience the secret transformation fantasy of the epic battle between the Predacons and the Cyber Beasts. So that is very different than what we ended up with, right? So they fell to Earth in Beast Wars and scanned the native life to get the organics to prevent the Energon overload, and we had the Predacons, which that was already there, but the cyber beasts, that is very interesting, how that ended up becoming the Maximals. Very, very interesting in this animal cyber chip. I'm really curious about that to see where that could have gone. And then it goes on to say that for the Transformers Happy Meal promotion, they were going to present three concepts. So number one was the fold-out Transformers. Number two was the Creature Auto Rollers. And three were the Vehicle Auto Rollers. So for all Transformer designs, we recommend that the Transformers heads feature a vac metallized material, glow-in-the-dark or tinted edge light glow plastic material that would add even more fun and play value to the toys. So they're talking about, the whole lighted eyes concept that we've gotten in later years. That's kind of cool. And the metallized, vac metallized material, which of course we see in the Beast Wars and Beast Machines, which unfortunately flakes off a lot. I don't remember a lot of glow-in-the-dark type stuff. That would have been very, very cool. But yeah, interesting to see how some of these ideas pan out into later lines. And then we begin talking about the actual designs themselves, starting off with the fold-out Transformers. This concept features both Predacon and Cyber Beasts that transform from creatures to robots, right? Just push down on the creature's head and then fold out the arms and legs to transform the creatures into robots. Which eventually the ones that we did get were basically standard Transformers where you unfolded arms and legs and flipped heads back. We didn't have the push-down option, which that kind of materializes later with like the Bayformers and that Autotech, the spring load type stuff, which I never was a fan of, and into some of the Cyberverse toy features today. So that's kind of interesting. So the Predacons, the designs were a crocodile that transforms into Megatron, a snapping turtle that transforms into Buzzsaw, a scorpion that transforms into Shockwave. Of course, we did get a Megatron as a crocodile in a 2-pack with Optimus Prime at one point in Beast Wars. I don't think we got a snapping turtle, though. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that would have been kind of cool. I'm not sure why you would call it Buzzsaw. I would probably use a different name, but in the Scorpion turning into Shockwave. That's interesting, of course. He turns into Scorponok. You just reuse that name, right? Cyber Beasts. It says Cyber Bests, though. The Bat transforms into Optimus Prime. Again, that was that 2-pack. It was Megatron and Prime, the Crocodile, and the Bat. So it's interesting that those original designs did make it into the line. A Panther that transforms into Prowl, which that's kind of funny because somebody on my page, I actually did a review on the McDonald's Panther figure, and they swore up and down it was Prowl, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure it was just called Panther, but it's interesting to see that that's actually where that came from. And a lion that transforms into Optimus Prime. Again, that's another concept with Leo Convoy that we get in Beast Wars 2 with Takara. So when it talks about the benefits, hey, the kids can play with these toys. They love the Transformers, all that kind of good stuff. And they've been proven a success in Happy Meals before. Of course, they have their Transformers. And here we get to look at some of these concept designs that they included. And of course, here we have Megatron as a crocodile labeled bad guy. I like that. And very similar to what we got, again, later on in the line. Just very cool to kind of see this. And that's the fold down option, I guess. You just kind of push the legs down and the head went down and all that kind of stuff. Not too dissimilar from what we got, just missing that push down option. And then here we have Buzzsaw as a snapping turtle. Very interesting, very cool. I think this is a great idea. I don't remember a snapping turtle or any turtles really in the Beast Wars line. If I'm wrong, yell at me down below, but I think this is a great concept for a Transformer Beast Wars character, and I feel like the snapping turtle would have been a great play gimmick, like a snapping head in the toy, in the Beast mode of the toy. I think that would have been really cool. And then we've got Shockwave here as a Scorpion, the bad guy, and this actually really resembles very much of what we got with Scorponok when everything was said and done. And I've always liked that character, I always thought it was interesting, but why they went with Shockwave, that's very interesting. Not really sure, but I'm glad they changed it to Scorpion, to Scorponok. It fits so much better. And then here we have the concept of Optimus Prime as a bat. And again, very similar to what we got in that 2-pack with Prime and Megatron as a crocodile and the bat, which I still need to get that. I've never had that and I've always wanted it. But yeah, very interesting and very odd choice for Optimus Prime for sure. And then we've got Prowl as a panther, which is very interesting, and a concept that basically became Cheetor and Tigatron and Ravage in the later seasons of Beast Wars. And yeah, and of course we got the Panther McDonald's toy out of the thing, so it actually went pretty far, I think, into production. And yeah, just very interesting, the early ideas that they had for the show. And then the third concept for the fold-out toys was Optimus Prime as a lion, which basically looks like a retool of that Prowl Panther figure, which is very common in Transformers, and you know, we end up getting a Tigertron from Cheetor, you know, that type of stuff. But yeah, this is basically taking that Optimus Prime head and plugging it onto a retooled Prowl body, essentially. And you know what? That's okay. I would have loved to have a very basic Leo Prime toy like this. I think that would have been very fun. So then it kind of moves into the creature auto rollers, basically saying that you're going to have both Predacons and Cyber Beasts that transforms from creature to robot as you wheel the the creature across. It's got little rolly wheels, and as you're doing that, it slowly transforms into the robot, and that really reminds me of like the Throttle Bots from G1, and a lot of the one-step changers, where it's just kind of as you move it or pull on an arm or leg or something, it moves from alternate mode into robot mode with one action. So, you know, maybe a precursor to that, or a throwover from the Throttlebots. And it talks about how kids like the wheels and the interactivity and the transformation and all that good stuff. And then we have the concept art for the Megatron roller, where we got the crocodile and these legs are kind of tucked up, which makes kind of sense. And then he would flip backwards up into his robot mode as it went forward. And again, this really reminds me of one-step changers that we get today, and just an interesting concept. And then the concept for Buzzsaw, the snapping turtle, he really doesn't look that much different in his beast mode, but he flips up into his robot, and you can kind of see where they've made a bit of a base for the feet there, and got the wheels and the arrow as he's sliding forward. Looks like they took the same concept art for the turtle from earlier and threw it on here, but, you know, it gives you the concept. I guess that's the point of a concept drawing. And then we move to the Cyber Beasts creature auto rollers with Optimus Prime as the bat. And it looks like as he flips up, his arms go outward. Again, I mean, that concept just so reminds me of the one-step changers that we've gotten over the past 10 years or so. And then we've got the Prowl Panther again, his little squirrely tail at the top. Feet tucked in, much like the crocodile, which makes sense in design. And then again, much like Buzzsaw, we see the feet are way more base-like there, and that with the little wheels underneath. And very interesting, very cool. I think these would have been fun as a kid. And then we move on to the vehicle auto rollers. And this write-up said, similar to the creature auto rollers, this concept features both Predacons and Cyber Beasts. However, the vehicle auto rollers transform from vehicles to robots. Those kids are going to love immediate transforming action as they wheel along the vehicles. So this is really interesting. So the designs on this, we had a moon buggy that transforms into Prowl. I would have probably went with Beachcomber or something. Or Cosmos. If it's a moon buggy, why not Cosmos? There's a jet that transforms into Starscream. Yep, that's pretty standard. Steam shovel that transforms into Hound. And that's very interesting. And a dump truck that transforms into Rumble. Again, very interesting. I would presume Hound and Rumble would have been the Cyber Beasts. Well, actually, it would be Prowl and Hound, I guess, and then Starscream and Rumble. So, yeah, that's very interesting. And again, they say you got the concept of rolling it, and it goes from a vehicle to a robot. Now, unfortunately, this is the only example of the concept art for these vehicle auto rollers. We got the moon buggy that turns into Prowl, and gotta say, this is very GoBot-esque looking. Doesn't even look like Prowl's head, unlike the Panther version there. But it's kind of interesting. Why would they add the vehicles in there? Were they still in that G2 phase? Were they looking forward to the Beast machines, where you would have beasts and vehicles, both of them? Which I think that's the concept that Beast machines came from. So again, this is very interesting, and I would have chosen, I don't know, Beachcomber or as a buggy or Cosmos. You'd have to go with Cosmos if it's a moon buggy, right? And then the promo piece moves on to for children under the age of 3 recommendations, which basically talks about having Optimus Prime's head untransformed. You flip it open and you get a robot of Optimus engraved inside of the toy. Again, something similar we've seen later on in years. So here we have the concept drawing for that. A very nice looking Optimus Prime sketch, and then he flips over from the side there, and then we have an Optimus Prime on the inside. Not too dissimilar from some Headmaster units we've gotten. In Combiner Wars here, was it the Power of the Primes trilogy, whatever you want to call it, where we had the Headmasters. We actually had some packs where it was like Optimus Prime's head, and he would turn into a little Optimus Prime with the Generation Selects and some other things. So again, something that was very, very ahead of its time. Now, this section of the sales promotion gets very interesting. So it goes into Concept 1, the recommended name of the program for the Transformers Happy Meal is Creature Transformers. So instead of Beast Wars Transformers, it was Creature Transformers, which, I can kind of see that. And then we had the foldouts. Recommended toy names, there was a Manta Ray Optimus Prime, a Turtle Megatron, a Dragonfly Megatron, an Iguanus, which we actually did, and then the Panther Prowl. They were stuck on that forever, which we did eventually get a Beast Wars Prowl, but he was an owl, not a panther. Alright, so here we get some color concepts, which are very cool. So a sea turtle to Megatron. I like the aquatic design here. And it looks like they've basically taken that snapping turtle and altered it to make it a sea turtle. And very similar to the Buzzsaw, except that we put a Megatron head on there. And we've got that early concept of Megatron with the purple head, which I definitely dig. Now, the interesting thing is the logo. This is the first time we get a really good shot of the logo, which we will get better in some of these later shots, but it's the G2 logo with the G2 Autobot symbol on it, and they haven't moved out of that branding yet because they didn't know what this new brand was going to be. So it looks like here's some more color test shots of Megatron as a sea turtle, and this time he's more with a greenish shell and more of a purpley type of robot body. Very interesting, very cool, and I don't know. I kind of probably would have liked a turtle transformer. And then, of course, we have Optimus Prime as a manta ray, which these are not his colors for sure. Very weird to see Optimus as a manta ray. Of course, we did get a manta ray with depth charge in Beast Wars, so that was kind of cool. The concept stuck around, but yeah, this is kind of weird. I wonder if they would have gone from like land battles to ocean battles, and they would scan in new creatures to meet that environment, maybe. And again, here's some more test shots with colors. And it really reminds me, that middle shot there kind of reminds me of the Optimus Prime bat. So maybe they were going with the wing thing from the air to the sea for Optimus. I could definitely see that as a continuity thing for sure. And then this is the introduction of the insects. We've got a dragonfly to Megatron, which has to be the origins of Waspinator. Again, we get the Transformers Generation 2 logo up there because they don't know what the brand is going to be. Creature Transformers. And it looks like Megatron's got 4 arms here. Very interesting. I like that. Take use of being a robot, kind of like General Grievous. That's actually very cool and interesting of a concept. And I know we got a Dragonfly in Beast Wars. I can't remember his name. If you do, hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. Tell me who he was. But yeah, this is kind of weird. Again, some more test shots and color variants here, which, again, pretty cool. We get the front side, top, and all that kind of good look for the robot. And a possible, was it that beast face over there on the left? Just very interesting to think of Megatron as one of the insects. Definitely cool, and would have been an interesting storyline for sure. And then we've got Lizard to Iguanus, one of the few characters that really made it through from early concept into the actual line. Now, he wasn't on the show, but he was one of the deluxe figures. I think I've gotten Iguanus somewhere, so that's kind of cool. We did get the Iguanus figure, we did get the Optimus Prime, Bat, and Megatron Crocodile. While they weren't mainstream characters, front and center characters, they were definitely there at the beginning and made the official toy release. And here we have more color test shots, front, back, and front, top, and side, which, looks like a relatively simple Transformer. But again, we were talking McDonald's toys. And yeah, just definitely cool to see this kind of stuff 25 years later. And here we have a color shot of Panther to Prowl, and this is very similar to what we finally got with the McDonald's Panther figure. And, he's a Black Panther, the tail was kind of curled up, where it didn't, have articulation or anything, and I think the body was red too. I'll have to go back and look at the review on that, but yeah, just really, really screams that McDonald's Panther toy to me. Again, here's our color test shot with the front, top, and side, and this is almost exactly how that Panther toy transforms, so it's kind of cool to see that, go from the concept to something we actually got out in the retail market. And here we've got a color shot of the Auto Rollers Manta Ray Optimus Prime. It's basically the same artwork we've seen before. He's just, with the colored, looks like watercolors they did for all these, which is kind of neat. And of course we get that G2 Transformers logo, which I don't know why I love that. It's just, we got to throw our logo in. That's all we got right now. Here we've got the concept art for the Auto Rollers Sea Turtle to Megatron, again with that G2 logo. And I know he looks a little lighter colored here than the previous colored artwork, maybe with a white bottom on the turtle, which would be right in the ocean, so that's kind of cool unto itself. And then here's the color shot of Megatron, the Dragonfly from the Auto Rollers. Again, same kind of color concept. He just kind of rolled back. And again, there's something about Megatron having 4 arms I find very villainous and fun. And we got the color shot of lizard to iguanas in the auto rollers. And this, I think, is a bit more accurate to what we got after a while in the line, because he's more green than yellow on the previous shots, which, again, is a bit more accurate. Although I think we had a few repaints of iguanas. Leave a comment down below if I'm thinking that right or not. And here's the color test shot of the Auto Rollers Panther to Prowl. Again, very similar to what we got in the final outcome of the actual McDonald's toy. Of course, it didn't have the wheels on it, but that color scheme is about right. Now, here's another interesting piece of artwork. This is the Lion to Optimus Prime under 3 toy. So much like the Optimus Prime, the robot head, we get the animal head that turns into the Leo Convoy or Leo Optimus Prime. And the body sculpt, I see a lot of similarity to Optimus Primal in that body sculpt, especially in the legs and the chest there. Just very, very interesting to see those original concept pieces and where they actually fit in later on in the series. And then just to kind of wrap some things up, just as the article did on Cybertron.com, a lot of those concepts for Prowl as a Panther came to fruition in like the Cheetor figure here. So we got Cheetor at the top and we've got the Panther figure at the bottom. Very, very similar in design on those heads, and we can see where that initial concept came from. And then going back and looking at some of these other concepts, the McDonald's Manta Ray figure, obviously supposed to be Optimus Prime here. The Beetle looks like a lot of those Megatron designs that we've seen over the years. And then the Rhino figure was supposed to be Rhinox. I mean, there's no question in my mind about that. And then finally, we got some concept art of Prowl as the Panther, more evolved artwork for the more, real retail toy beyond the McDonald's toy, I guess you could say, whereas the head very much resembled Prowl. And then there's the Beast head on there where it looks like you could just flip it over and it would create the Beast face, which was a big theme for the actual toys that they never really brought about in the series, although I believe it was Waspinator's Beast face actually became his main face on the show, which was kind of interesting. But yeah, definitely cool to see where these things came from, the concepts, where they actually went out there in the main lines. Very fun to look at. And again, a big shout out to Cybertron.com who published this article. Follow the link down in the description below to take a look at that. And again, huge shout out to Nathan from Robotic Planet Toys. Without him, we wouldn't even be talking about this stuff right now. And I just love the history and how interesting it is. And thank you, sir. I really appreciate you putting it out there. Jump over to his Instagram page, guys. Follow him. He's got good stuff there. And yeah, what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. Are you excited for the Kingdom stuff? I know I am. I haven't had some good Beast Wars stuff in a while, so I'm pretty excited. And yeah, definitely put a thumbs up here. Jump over to my Facebook page. Join the conversation there. Follow me on Instagram at Ultra Maximus Reviews or Twitter at Ultra__Maximus. And as always, look for more videos in the future. Hey guys, thanks for watching. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Be sure to click all the things, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for new videos. And follow me on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below.